Okay, guys. Next up, we got Weezer. As you both know, I'm a huge Weezer fan, so this should be a fun one.
Nobody is a bigger Weezer fan than me, Barry.
Half of their discography sucks, though.
Yeah, most of their stuff is ass, and I truly hate this band, but I could talk about Weezer all day. Let's get this started.
All right. First off, we got the Blue Album. I don't think there's any debate here. This album is a classic and belongs in S tier.
No question here. This record is their definitive record, as well as one of the most definitive records of the 90s.
And I'll add to that, Joe. The Blue Album is one of the greatest albums of all time. Front to back, it's near perfect. Every time I'm on a road trip, I listen to it and never skip a single song. It also has some of their most iconic tunes like Buddy Holly, Undone, and Say It Ain't So.
Don't forget the music video for Buddy Holly. It was revolutionary at the time and still great today.
I'm glad we're all in agreement here. Now on to Pinkerton. Now let me be clear. Blue is great, but Pinkerton beats it in almost every way. From the darker, more personal lyrics to the raw production, it hits harder and it speaks to the listener in ways Blue can't. I'm putting it in S tier above Blue.
Good ranking, Barack. Too bad fans at the time didn't appreciate it.
Pinkerton can be summed up in one word: overrated.
Are you serious?
There's a reason why it didn't sell well, because it sucks. It's an embarrassing album filled with whiny lyrics and terrible production.
Are you serious? It's better than Blue, Donald.
If by better you mean cringy and pathetic, then yes, I agree.
You can't deny the impact it had and the inspiration to future bands
The only
of the 2000s.
thing it inspired is lame emo music. Who wants to listen to someone cry about getting too much poo-tang and falling in love with a lesbian? The only people that listen to Pinkerton are loser incels. It's D tier all the way.
And you're out of your mind, man.
I agree. You've lost your damn mind, Donald. It stays in S tier.
You both are just jealous of my opinions.
Now let's move to the Green Album.
Oh, I love Green. I remember when I first heard Island in the Sun. I was in a little tiki bar down in Hanapepe with Jill when along came little tugboat Tommy running up to me in his waist-high socks with his lollipop sneakers. Now, little Sally, 2 sleeves, playing the stick.
Oh, my God,
the
hurry
stick
up,
ball
Joe.
down in the sand
Joe,
of Yonder
finish
Way.
up.
And there was a lot of cheese, I think. I don't know. Anyway, this song played on the radio, and I'll never forget the serene way it made me feel. It's such a lush and relaxing song.
Island in the Sun is a sappy song for stinky hippies.
I never skip a song on that record.
I'm surprised you could make it all the way to the end without dozing off, Sleepy Joe. It's such a boring album. Definite D tier. The only good thing about the Green Album is Hash Pipe. Everything else is garbage.
Wow. D tier is a little harsh. It isn't great, but it's got some bangers.
You just don't appreciate good music, Donald.
I know good music better than anyone, and the Green Album is not good music. Very lame.
While I agree some tracks are lackluster, especially the guitar solos just being the verse melodies, I still think it's kind of decent overall. I'm putting it in B.
Nah, man, S tier all the way.
Trash album. Trash ranking.
It's my tier list. If you don't like it, you can leave.
I just might.
Now we got Maladroit.
Before you go any further, Barry, I want to interject with saying Maladroit is an absolutely tremendous album. Absolutely tremendous. With its soaring guitar solos and catchy hooks, it goes so hard. I'd put it above all else besides the Blue Album.
No way, dude. They tried way too hard with this one. It's like Rivers was trying to turn Weezer into like a badass heavy rock band or something, when that's not what they're meant to be.
This is where Rivers finally stopped being a loser and started being a man. Maladroit era Rivers is the best version of Rivers. I love everything about him during this time. But the single greatest thing to come from this album is Scott Schreiner, truly Weezer's finest bassist.
Not true.
Yes, it's true, Barry.
Scott just doesn't fit the Weezer vibe.
The quality of their songs took a nosedive after the departure of Matt Sharp. He played a pivotal part in Blue and Pinkerton. Mikey was cool, but Weezer has never been the same without Matt.
Matt is a national treasure.
Scott is amazing. You are both delusional. Scott is better than Matt ever could be, and he could kick Matt's ass.
No one is better than Matt.
Scott
but I
is
have
better.
to admit, Burnt Jam has one sick bass line.
Yeah, I don't like this record, but Burnt Jam slaps.
In conclusion, Maladroit is easily their best work from the 2000s, but it pales in comparison to Blue and Pinkerton. I'll put it in A. Okay, guys, I think I'll just put Make Believe in D tier. Not their worst work, but it definitely sucks.
I have 2 words for you. Beverly Hills.
Well, everyone knows that song sucks.
No, Joe, you suck. How can you diss a track like Beverly Hills? It's one of their most successful songs. It alone sold make-believe millions of copies.
Still sucks, though.
Outside of Haunt You Every Day, this album is trash.
No, you're trash. It's what put Weezer back in the mainstream spotlight. What about We Are All on Drugs?
Sucks.
Perfect Situation?
Sucks.
Make Believe is a winner album, and I love winners.
What are you thinking, Joe? D tier?
Yeah, man, put that shit in D.
This is truly a travesty. This is unfair. You don't know anything about good music. This is A tier.
You're outvoted, Donald. It stays in D.
I cannot believe what I'm hearing. You both can go die.
Wow.
Totally uncalled for.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I went too far. I take it back.
It's okay, bro. Just think before you talk next time.
I love you guys. I just got too heated.
Rude. Next time we go for ice cream, you're only getting single scoop.
I said I was sorry.
Now we got Red. Red isn't great, but it's good. I'm going to slide it over to B tier.
Ain't no way the Red album is B tier.
Yeah, Barack, Red is terrible. What are you smoking?
Sure, it's got some skippable tracks, but overall it's solid.
The Red record is a roller coaster ride. I mean, I like roller coasters, but not Red, though.
The Red album is simply too weird and dumb for my taste. It's a D tier. Pork and Beans is good, but that's about it.
But it has the greatest man that ever lived.
The greatest man that ever lived is stupid. Everyone knows it. Everyone.
If it had Miss Sweeney and Pig, then maybe it'd be rated higher.
But it doesn't. So D tier it goes.
Totally D.
No way, guys. I'm putting it in
No
B.
way, man. You won't put green in A, so you can't put red in B.
Yeah, Joe is right. You're being an unfair sore loser.
Okay, fine. Let's put it in C tier and call it even. Now, here's something I think we all can agree on. Ratitude is an F.
Oh, yeah, man. Put that down at the bottom. I Want You To is a good one, though.
Yeah, I Want You To is the only good thing about Ratitude. I still can't believe they did a song with Lil Wayne.
I'll have to agree with you there. It's absolute trash. I have only one regret in life, and that's going on the worst late-night talk show in history to promote the worst album in history.
Let's move on to Hurley. I'm going to be honest, I forgot this album even existed.
This album is more forgettable than your time in the Oval Office, Barry.
Nah, man. Hurley is good.
Name 3 songs off that album, Joe.
Smart Girls.
Smart Girls sounds like something straight from Ratitude.
Where's My Sex?
That song is weird and creepy.
No, it isn't. It's actually cute. It's about River's daughter and the way she mispronounces socks.
That somehow makes it worse. And of course you would like a song like that.
Yeah, that's weird, Joe.
Nah, no, it isn't. Listen, it's, the guys with the Timbuk and the Yuta, put it in B.
You're wrong, even if that made sense.
I think it goes in D.
Please, Barack, you got to give Hurley another listen.
How about C?
Fine, I'll deal with C.
So, what do you guys think of Everything Will Be All Right in the End?
U-Bait was really a return to form. It's a classic Weezer album to its core. It rocks my normal size socks off because my feet are normal size, as are my hands.
The Future Scope trilogy is one of the greatest things my ears have ever had the pleasure of hearing. Every time I listen to Anonymous, it makes me want to watch The Office.
The Future Scope trilogy really is an astounding work of art. I'm not big on Back to the Shack, but this album simply rules. Where do you guys think it should go?
I say A.
I personally would vote S tier, but I'm completely okay with it being in A, as long as it's not ahead of Maladroit.
Okay, then. A it is.
Why would you do this to me? I specifically asked you not to do that.
And the White Album?
Oh,
That's
yeah,
2
bucko.
thumbs up from me.
You know it goes in S, baby. I remember the first time I heard this record, it was the last time I could jump in the physical sense.
This was a great time for Weezer and a great time for me.
I agree, guys. They really captured the Beach Boys' summertime vibes with this one. And that type of sound is perfect for Weezer.
It's timeless, a future classic. Every track is top-notch, except for Thank God for Girls.
You're just afraid of hip-hop influence in your Weezer. Get with the times.
We'll continue on with Pacific Daydream. Man, they were really hitting home run after home run in the late 2010s.
Pacific Daydream stinks to high heaven.
What? How so?
It's like they tried to appeal to younger kids. It's like a wannabe millennial pop record that just doesn't fit with the rest of their discography.
I don't like it. Actually, I don't see how anyone could. It isn't terrible, but it's still smelly in all the bad ways.
Guys, it has Sweet Mary, Weekend Woman, and QB Blitz. How can you listen to those bops and say the album is bad with a straight face?
The only good thing about QB Blitz is the bridge. C tier at best.
Yeah, and Sweet Mary is a snooze fest. Really, Barry, I'm surprised you hold it in such high regard.
I can't believe this. Pacific Daydream is an underrated gem, and in the future you will all agree. God, it just feels so wrong doing this.
Stop talking about Specific Daydream and move to Teal.
It's Pacific, Donald.
That's what I said, specific.
You did it again. It's Pacific, not specific.
I don't see why you're arguing with me. I know what I said. Stop it.
Okay, whatever. Moving on. Teal is just a cover album. It's not really worth mentioning. Honestly, I don't even think it should be considered a mainline Weezer album. There's not much to say here. I'm just going to put it in C for the sake of it. Let's move on to the Black Album. I'm really not into this one very much.
I really wish Rivers had gone for the darker, more serious version of Black that he had talked about after the release of White. Instead, we got this badly produced pile of shit that appeals to absolutely no one.
High as a Kite is golden, but honestly, I agree with you, Donald.
So, D tier?
Absolute D tier.
Now we got OK Human. OK Human is wonderful. The fact that they decided to have an orchestra play throughout the whole album is proof that Weezer is still willing to experiment and push the envelope.
Oh boy, do I love OK Human. The music is beautiful and the lyrics are down to earth and very relatable.
Wrong.
I could sit back, relax, and listen to it on repeat for eternity and never get tired of it. Oh, will you shut up, man?
No, I will not shut up. OK Human is as boring as it gets. Of course you like orchestral music, Joe. I bet you would like it if they made a whole album full of nothing but nerdy medieval music.
Yeah,
the lyrics
are
hokey.
Cool, actually.
The music is for people from the 1700s. No one likes this album.
It was met with mostly rave reviews.
That's fake news.
Donald, you're a straight-up nincompoop. OK Human is S tier, and you know it.
Yep, it sure is, Joe.
I feel personally attacked.
Let's see here, Van Weezer.
Gimmicky. That's what I think when I hear this album.
How can you like Maladroit, but not Van Weezer?
Maladroit is a real rock album. Van Weezer is a fake rock album.
God, your takes are awful.
What's awful are the lyrics, and I quote, "Pump it into me, please, Daddy." Once I heard that, I couldn't take them seriously anymore.
He's talking about drugs, but yeah, those lyrics are pretty sus.
I don't ever want to hear you say sus again, Joe.
Let's say C.
Sure.
Last but not least, we got the Seasons albums. I don't feel like sitting here and rating these albums individually, so we'll rate them all as one.
Seasons is as mid as it gets.
Yeah, there's a few memorable tracks here like Run, Raven, Run and The Deep and Dreamless Sleep, but overall they're pretty average records.
I couldn't agree more. I will say Blue Like Jazz is one of their single greatest songs.
Oh yeah, that song goes so hard.
I agree, guys. Are you thinking
C tier? That's
Wow,
funny
that's
stuff
great,
right
Jinx.
there.
I guess I got to
Coke.
jinx the both of you guys.
You guys
now.
are a hoot.
Okay, I'm just going to say it. Scott is best.
No, he isn't,
yes.
Donald.
Yes, he is, Barry. You
How
know
many
he
times
is.
do I have to tell
Matt
you?
is
Matt
very
Sharp is the
overrated. Very
superior bassist.
overrated.
I remember when
if
I
he's
spoke
so great,
at the
why
same
hasn't
time
he
as an
gotten
old
any
friend of
fame
mine.
after
He was
go
about
again.
9
Weezer?
feet tall and had tacos for shoes. He
I don't
drove
see you
around in an
explaining that
old-time
one.
Jeep
I've had
made
enough
of
of
shut
finest
up. I'm the
plywood of the
greatest.
era.
Scott's the greatest.
Okay, I
End of
think I'm going to take a
discussion.
nap now. I feel like the, how we feel the feels of being asleep. Man, I love Sasquatch.
You
What
both
time
are
is
wearing
it?
me out. You both are
yeah.
being straight foolish.
Crab at the booty.